Welcome back to Let's Talk Comics. I'm Nick Glaive.
I'm Josh. Forgot about it. No, we're not going to do that. Josh Wraith. Okay, we're going to stick with Josh Wraith.
And we are Omega Level.
Omega level.
Omega level.
Omega level.
Omega level.
So moving forward from this episode, almost an issue, of Let's Talk Comics and into the future, unless there's like a new really hyped comic book movie that we're wanting to watch, like obviously all the new MCU stuff, all the new DC like theatrical stuff, and any of the new DC animated that we think look amazing or Marvel animated, we'll cover those in Let's Talk Comics. But other than that, like now that we've done with our Endgame, like March to Endgame kind of thing, this is going to be about comics. So we're going to cover 2 or 3 different issues and possibly 2 or 3 different series every episode now. So every episode of Let's Talk Comics. So on this one...
Nope, even the movies.
No, even
Let's
the
talk movies. It's comic talk.
Let's talk movies. On this episode, let's talk movies. Let's talk about the Thor series, the comics. Wait, what? So this one, we're going to talk about the new issue of Guardians of the Galaxy, issue 3, and the first 2 issues of Wolverine Infinity Watch, which I have been super hyped for. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
But first up is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Woo, another strong issue. Honestly, Donnie Cates did a wonderful job with this writing.
Let's pump the brakes there. He's decent at best.
He's decent at best.
Decent
Jeff Shaw
job.
once again.
Dude, the art
on the third one,
on
really
point,
good.
Dude.
Really good.
He's so good.
Coloring hit or miss for me still, but it's still solid. It's still solid.
Yeah. It's I think the weakest of the 3.
Yeah,
for sure. Because the art and the writing is just fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
The story itself is amazing. I cannot wait to see the resolution.
Yeah, and at moments it feels a little pushed, but then you're like, oh, we didn't really progress that much. And I feel really that's nice.
Like issue 3 feels like, I don't know, man. When I was reading it, it didn't feel like a whole lot was happening, I guess. It was like, oh, just 2 little things happened. And then when it was over and like I took a step back and like thought about everything that happened in the issue, I was like, man, a lot happened, but it didn't seem like a lot happened. You know what I mean? Like the pacing is fantastic.
Yep.
And
3
it definitely
different
takes
storylines, stuff like that. It's awesome.
And it takes a huge jump at the end too. It's like, okay, well, we're moving on to this next part of the story really freaking quickly.
Yeah, and I really like that final page too. Is really well drawn.
The art
I love
was
the
fantastic.
flow and all that stuff. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love seeing my girl Gamora at any point in time. So
Gamora.
I'm all about that.
And the main central focus of this issue too is that they're trying to find Gamora in the first 2 issues. Like they think that Thanos is going to be resurrected into
Gamora. I mean, it makes the most sense.
Seems like the most logical sense.
It's his daughter,
Absolutely.
and he obviously doesn't like Nebula, so it ain't going to be her.
Yeah, but of course you have all these different competing things. Star-Lord's drinking it up.
Star-Lord's back to being a freaking alcoholic again.
Yep, and been demoted by Groot on his own ship.
That had me rolling, dude. And he's not even like, he's just a shipmate now. Because Groot's the captain, and the second officer is now Beta Ray Bill. So Star-Lord's just a passenger.
And you have all these little 2 Groots hanging around him. That was
I expected him to say that when he was like, or my second officer will get you, or first officer. I thought it was going to be like the little mini Groots.
I thought it was.
But then it was Beta Ray Bill.
It was
like,
Beta.
Well, that's more imposing.
He's like, yeah, you're lucky you're, a 7 foot tall Asgardian with a hammer. Or I swear I'd.
And Beta Ray's just like, yep. Yeah, good luck messing with Beta
Sit
Ray
down,
freaking
Peter.
Bill.
Sit down.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, just go ahead and have a seat.
And it was nice and kind of sad at the same time for how this jumped into the first issue where we start off with Star Fox Eros, the little Titan.
You mean Professor X miniature.
Professor X miniature.
Professor X Jr. He's now in the Professor X wheelchair.
And he just got these crazy powers. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, he's having a complex. He's like, what am I after you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, after,
is
like,
this
his
my
brother.
destiny? I think he thinks that he might be resurrected, which you weren't groomed for this. Sit down, Star Fox, okay?
If this is Thanos' grand plan that he's never really resurrected and just one last time he's driving his brother insane, this is going to be the greatest plot ever.
I mean, part
It's
of me
literally
wants
just
to believe that's going to be
The
happening.
big brother one last time going, nah, and picking on his little brother just one more time.
Little Titan. Sad and nice to see because he's having this, obviously he's saying it out loud, but it's clearly like he's just talking to himself. Some inner dialogue moments of him.
No, he just like sitting there and talking to himself.
Oh, yeah, he's crazy.
Anybody can hear.
It's comic books, dude. Everyone talks out loud.
Yeah, it's true.
But it's sad seeing that, because they got to figure out, they're all after Gamora.
Yeah.
So we cut to another side. Good old Negative Zone.
Oh, that was so dope, bro.
That's been like 3 of the issues that we're reading, 3 comic series that we're reading. Negative Zone's pretty
It's
prevalent.
just everywhere right now.
Yep.
Making a big deal of that. I'm assuming it's going to have a lot to do with probably with the War of the Realms when that hits, because they seem to be
And-
emphasizing it a lot lately.
Spoilers, or teaser, not
Tasers.
spoilers.
No, definitely not spoilers, but tasers.
Teasers.
Yeah, we'll
War of
definitely
the
be
Realms.
reading and covering that, too. That looks really good.
Yep. But the Negative Zone brings us into Annihilus.
Oh,
Man.
God, dude. What an awesome freaking intro for him, too.
Just gives that, yeah. No, absolutely.
It's like, here's this guy. It's like, okay.
I am the walking death. Okay, man. Wow, Annihilus. He came to play.
Yeah, he came to play, but then once again, Hela shows up, and she's like, I don't care what you're here to do. I'm Hela, and I do what I want.
Man, can't remember exactly what she said, but she says death stops for nobody or something like that.
Except me. She's the only one that can what am I trying to say? Not upend, but that can halt and stop death. She's the only thing that opposes it. Hela's just broken.
Other than Lady Death herself.
Other than Death
she
herself.
is Queen of Death.
Yeah. Seeing her in this comic series, it irritates me even more how they used her in Ragnarok.
Yeah, but
and the fact that she's gone, it seems like she's dead.
Seems like
I
she's
hope
dead.
not, but
I still feel like they showcased her power, but
her power,
I see what you mean
but
by
I hate
why
the backstory.
the backstory and what they basically created a new Hela while still giving the look of Hela.
Yeah, they give her the look of Hela, but they're like, well, this is everything Angela's supposed to be, but now it's Hela. Instead of making Hela I get that it'd be convoluted for her to be Loki's daughter out of freaking nowhere, Thor's niece.
What?
It wouldn't make any sense. We haven't seen anything like that. But at the same time, it's man, they just totally stole Angela's backstory.
But she was hidden in the Thor. You know what I mean? So I feel like they still could have wrote her
she
as
still
Loki's,
could have been Loki's daughter and
we're
hidden away. And
Loki's
Loki,
well,
and Thor can he doesn't have a daughter, and Loki be like, well, actually,
know?
only Dad, almost said Thanos, only Papa Odin knew about it.
I
am
the Lord of Mischief. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, they easily still could have worked it in that way, but they did showcase their power pretty well. I mean, pretty well. I mean, she just throws Mjolnir as soon as she shows up. Showed it very well.
Killed pretty much all the Asgardians by herself.
Oh, she's so beast mode. Back to Hela and the Black Order,
Man.
as if she needs minions. What better minions than the freaking Black Order follow her around? That's insane.
She gave Annihilus did one good slice and put a sword to his throat and was like, "Tell me what I need to know."
Yeah, immediately where's Thanos' head?
But yeah, no, no, no.
No, we're not.
Don't you point at me. Don't you treat me like that. I'm a human being. Greendale human beings.
Do you go to Greendale?
That's what we do, baby.
We should do an entire episode dressed like the Greendale human beings.
Man, yes. This whole progression of this issue is really nice.
Very. The pacing was
got
incredible.
a little bit of Hela, and it showcased some of her power in this and what she's trying to do.
We only get a little bit of Hela each time we see her in this series, but every time we see her, it's they're like, Hela! It's ultra powerful Hela. And it's I dig it, man. I dig it.
An immediate intimidation factor for me.
Absolutely, dude.
Every time. Love the design. I've always loved it.
Yeah, dude. Hela's amazing.
The helmet could be a little me, but I still feel
she's got to have something ultra
yes.
comic booky about her, and it's that freaking helmet.
And that fits with somebody having Proxima Midnight on your side too. Is that she kind of has that
the same thing?
Weird little helmet.
Proxima's it's my hero.
Two badass chicks, just weird ass helmets.
And then we also get a bit of the Dark Guardians in this issue. We get them we get them already on the trail of Richard Rider of freaking Nova. He's super disconnected from the Nova Corps. He's way out from where he should be, and they've cut up his communications, and they've obviously already kind of had a tussle with him because he's all beaten up and stuff when he lands. And I mean, I don't know. If I'm Nova, I'm running too when I see freaking Cosmic Ghost Rider with other people chasing me down.
Other people.
Just him alone. I'm all right, I'm out.
Yeah, I've seen enough. And during this whole thing, he's kind of getting tossed around, kind of holding his own, more or less surviving.
Of course he's Nova.
Yep. And then you have Wraith. Yeah. We know little of him.
Yeah, very little.
But he gave us enough to be all right then.
Well,
all right then.
Why is this dude even here?
Yeah,
way too powerful.
Points at him, has this black and blue aura around him, which is pretty cool. And he's like, I cannot die. I do not tire, and I feel no pain.
It's well,
I'm gonna see myself out.
Yeah, all right, I'm out of here now. I thought Cosmic Ghost Rider was bad enough, and then you got this dude with you. All right, I'm out.
Then in the back, you have them hold up. We need to keep them alive. Keep him alive.
Let's calm down. Yeah,
let's keep him alive real quick because we don't need to kill him. I want to kill him as much as the next guy.
Yeah, right.
But we need him alive.
That was Rider saying that.
And I didn't catch it. And you brought this up to me on his quest to find Null.
Wraith on his quest.
On his quest to find Null, the Exolian man. What?
If someone is out here competent enough to go looking for Null to try to break some curses in place upon him, you already know the character's broken as hell. There's just no point.
I mean,
if he can contend with Null, get out.
What do you need? Apparently, he has a black curse put upon him. I don't know what that is. They didn't have a little segment in the bottom corner where it says, look for this issue. So
we don't know anything about Wraith.
I feel like this is something added for Guardians.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know because it didn't.
Or maybe
usually...
it's a line to set something up in the future. With Wraith and Null.
Very well be that.
Maybe the Venom series going on or something.
I'd read that.
Absolutely, dude.
Absolutely.
Wraith on the path to find Null. Let's go.
Sign me up. Dude can't die. He doesn't tire and he doesn't feel pain.
Donnie Cates needs more work, so let's just get him writing that.
Yep.
He's already got this and Surfer coming out. Let's get him on this path.
Whoever's listening, whoever's watching, get a petition. Let's get it going.
Let's go.
Let's go. If this isn't happening, we need it now.
Yeah, there's a problem.
But you have Cosmic Ghost Rider approach Richard Rider. And he's telling him, tell me where she is. Tell me where Gamora is.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the same team, the Dark Guardians, that were brought in at the end of issue 2, or was it issue 1 and then focused on in issue 2? I can't remember. Of course, Nova's not going to reveal this information because they know you're going to kill her. You know, you're not gonna. This isn't like a rescue mission. Like try to see if she actually has this. This is like, oh, you've already made up your mind, and we're gonna attack her.
I actually don't think he even knows where she is.
I don't think so either.
I think Star-Lord's the only one that does. Star-Lord and Groot. I think Nova thinks that he may have known where she was at one point, or she may have just lied to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah. But I don't understand why. Like, I don't know. I guess to move the story along, he could know she's on Half-World, and the Guardians are there. Now the Dark Guardians are on the way, and we have a big battle. Like, yeah, that definitely makes sense. But it just seems very un-Gamora to be telling a bunch of people where she's going.
Yes, especially given the offense of the Infinity War.
What just happened, yeah.
I doubt that she was just like, hey, let me tell like 6 people.
I'm going to tell Nova, I'm going to tell the other Guardians, I'm going to be over here. Like, what?
Yeah. And I'm going to tell... I don't even feel like she told Star-Lord. I don't know how he would have known if it was something that happened in the spirit world.
Probably told Groot.
Probably
just told Groot.
Like, hey,
Groot
so you
told
don't
him.
drink yourself to death.
Yeah,
I know where
she's alive and I know where she's going.
Yeah, because she straight up killed Peter Quill.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not gonna forget that. I don't think Peter's gonna forget that because his drinking has been increased since that moment.
He's only still breathing because Doctor Strange happened to be in the vicinity.
Yes, thank goodness for Doctor Strange in the time stone.
They have to explain this very well. That seems like a very either plot hole or just poor planning and thinking that Gamora's out here telling a bunch of people. Like, I need a concise, good reason of how these people know.
I'd say so far
that's not Gamora telling everybody.
Yep. So far we have for sure confirmed 3.
Ryder thinks he knows where she is.
Thinks he knows, so we don't know.
They think that he knows too.
Yep.
Like, that's where they all think. But we know that Star-Lord and Groot know where she is because the very last panel is like them talking about where she's going, and Star-Lord is the regular Guardians. Star-Lord says, well, she's going to Half-World to find Rocket. And the last panel is Gamora on freaking Half-World, still wearing the Requiem get up too, which was awesome. And it's like a back shot of her.
Cape
you can
and
see
the
it right
hair.
here. But it's a back shot of her on Half-World. So he knows where she is. Then the Guardians are on the way to where she actually is. We presume that Richard Rider's not lying and that he wasn't lied to. I hope he was, because screw him. But so yeah, I'm guessing everything is going to converge on Half-World of all places, which is crazy. That's going to be awesome to see.
Let's see it. I'm down.
I'm down too.
That was an awesome panel. That last shot was cool.
Star-Lord said she's going there to find Rocket. Is she going to kill Rocket? Does she need to talk to him about something? Like, what's going on?
But why would she want to kill Rocket?
I don't know,
But
man.
that begs the question.
But we haven't seen Gamora in 3 issues so far, and they've not been painting her in a good light. And we just got Infinity War series where she was not painted in a good light. She was absolutely the villain of that.
Okay.
I mean, what's going on?
I'd hate to not jump ahead, but this is also something that's talked about in the next issues that we're about to cover in this episode.
Infinity War.
The stones chose people. What if a stone chose Rocket? I don't think that's the case.
That'd be nuts.
But after reading Infinity War...
so she's definitely going there to kill him.
I mean...
Lord.
I mean, if that happens, that's nuts. That's nuts. I don't think that's the case, but just a theory.
Not.
Yeah, I hope not. I don't.
But hey, since we're sitting here talking about comics, let's shoot it over to our sponsor real quick.
Man in the booth!
Omega Level Podcast is proudly sponsored by Epico's Comics, Cards, Games. Epico's is your one-stop shop for all your comic book, tabletop, and card gaming needs. Featuring collectibles, statues, artwork, highly graded comics, video games, a separate game room, and even a tabletop game rental service, Epico's has it all. Every week, Epico's is stocked with the newest comic book releases, variant covers, and the capability to order what you need. So start a pull list and never miss an issue. Epico's has 2 locations, Chattanooga and Hickson. So come on by and find what you're looking for.
I do not like that guy.
Yeah, no,
I don't like him.
He gives me some bad vibes.
Very bad vibes. Yep.
But I'm not going to lie, Epico sounds cool.
So we're also going to talk about the new series that is out now, Wolverine Infinity Watch. I have been mega hyped for this, as have most the Marvel community. The first teaser we got for it was just the gauntlet with Wolverine claws through it, and it's like, well, that's
awesome.
Let's not get too broken here. Let's pump the brakes, because at this point we had already read the Infinity War series with Gamora, and we had already seen Phoenix Force Wolverine from the future. Is Phoenix Force Wolverine from the future getting the Infinity Gauntlet? Because I think that we just, the one above all just showed up and became that. We just got here.
We just got
there's just nothing else that can
I mean, you have King Thor at the end of time.
Oh my God, yeah. Oh my God. And as a little sidebar, in one of these issues, I think it's the second one, we get a little glimpse of King Thor at the end of time with Phoenix Force Wolverine sitting down having a beer.
And
of course, those two are still alive at the end of time.
I like that, though. That's awesome.
Like that they're just chilling having a beer.
Yep. But I would think that it took the Phoenix Force to have Wolverine last that long. Through all of what we're capable.
No,
he's not eternal.
No.
So it took something like the Phoenix Force.
Yeah, but either one of those entities need each other. The Phoenix Force is already super broken. It can't be killed. It exists outside the laws of reality. And then Wolverine, who has proven himself time and time again to be ultra durable, dies a million times, comes back. Dude literally just died 3 years ago and he's back now. I mean,
and he even said that too.
And there's 4 different versions of Wolverine.
He mentions that in the first one. I thought that was, he's like,
I've died so many times.
So many lives. I've died so many deaths.
Oh my God, dude. But anyways, so this is Loki and frickin' Wolverine together, which is awesome.
Man, it's so cool.
Yeah, it's so great.
Yeah.
The first few panels was like, exposition explaining like what's going on with Wolverine. I don't know, died a million times, blah, blah. I always seem to make my way back here. And of course,
it's
the Professor X Institute, which
Come
is awesome.
on.
And he knocks on the door, and he's like, I don't even have to knock, but he does anyway. And,
She knows I'm here.
who would answer the freaking door? Jean Grey.
Woo!
That was awesome. I love
How you
seeing
doing,
Jean.
Red?
Yeah, how you doing, Red? And
How
then
you doing?
And then he stabs her.
They go in for one embrace, and he's like, dang it.
And stabs her. So the cover of this says parental advisory on it, right? And 3 pages in, he's stabbing Jean Grey. I'm like, here we go. This is about to get messed up.
Wow.
And then the next panel is, it's not really Jean Grey. It was freaking Loki the whole time. He just made himself look like Jean Grey. I was like, that makes sense.
I'm glad he's like, ow, that hurt. When the Phoenix Force comes out, they come through a portal. He gives him a special bat that's going to help him through some things. And he says, he's blaming Loki for this. Like, this is your
fault. You caused all of this.
Infinity War. And that begs the question, too. In Infinity War, they show us a future Loki with Phoenix.
Well, not in Infinity Wars. They show it in the Thor series.
No, we saw it. Remember, we were reading it in Infinity
We saw
War.
Wolverine with Phoenix.
We saw the Loki with the 6 Infinity Gauntlets and Mjolnir. You don't remember that?
Oh, you're right. I
Future
forgot about that.
Loki? Yeah.
It was a different Loki from a different time.
That
He
was a
like,
different timeline.
Yeah.
A good Loki.
Yeah.
He's like, Loki's that was when he was
He's
like,
like,
he's still
Loki's
the thief
good.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should have said, you're still a thief in this one?
Yeah.
All right.
Or he's the trickster. And say, Loki's still the trickster in this one. I'm going to go tell Lady Sib about this.
Yeah, because Loki was in Infinity
So I'm interested.
Gauntlet.
Are they going to bring that Loki into this? Because that'd be kind of cool.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Loki and Wolverine are having a little conversation and whatnot, and Loki's trying to explain what's going on, and then out of freaking nowhere, Phoenix Force Wolverine just pops into the shot, just comes out of nowhere, and he's like, freaking,
awesome.
I get the Phoenix Force. Loki's like, you don't know about that? There's more than one of you.
He says, get that dumb bird.
You have to get that dumb bird. Yeah, okay.
Goes for a beer immediately off his chest.
Of course,
He's like, be careful, that's strong.
Can around beer.
Gosh.
Phoenix Force Wolverine tells us, lets us know that the whole Infinity Wars series that we just read, almost said watched, with Gamora, is not the original thing that happened. Originally, Loki, in like a different dimension, gathered all the freaking stones and went to
The quarry.
the quarry. I think he went to the God Quarry and like actually broke through and got in there and saw something so awful that he like begged Phoenix Force Wolverine to like stop this, not let him do it. He's like, so against my like better judgment, like I don't like him, but he did kill a lot of people, so I wanted to save them.
Yeah.
I went back and changed all this, and you still managed to do it anyway. He's like, I reversed it all, and then Gamora got all this and started killing everybody, and then you still managed to get them all and go to the freaking God Quarry and harm yourself regardless.
Begs the question is like, what did he see when he was in Infinity War?
And they
Was it
asked
the
him,
end?
They asked
when
him,
we
to, like, what'd you see? And he's like, terribleness or something like that. And it's literally all they say. I'm like,
and I don't believe him.
We're going to get that later.
Yeah, we'll get that later. Give us a glimpse, and this is what I was talking about in the last one, of Rocket possibly having a stone. Very unlikely, but it's nice.
But I see where you could put that correlation.
But we finally see our first person with this stone.
And it's just some random dude, some random death row prisoner.
Hector, what's his last name?
I don't remember.
But Hector, and that's what Wolverine, Phoenix Force Wolverine
Yeah,
said
it's just
before
like,
he went in the
protect
portal.
Hector so-and-so.
He's like, who?
What is this?
Who'd you say, bub?
Yeah, Wolverine gets to show up, wear a cowboy hat, and say bub a whole bunch, drink some beer.
Man, drink some beer.
This
whole
is
bunch
Stone
of
Cold
bub.
Steve Austin Infinity Watch.
I'm down.
That's what we're reading right
I'm
now.
down.
Oh, man.
He's smashing beer cans over his head, and he's chased.
Dun-dun, dun-dun. Wolverine 316, or Logan 316.
Yeah.
Says, I just stabbed your
But
ass.
you have Hector, and he broke out of prison on death row.
Yeah,
because
death
he
row.
just says, stop, freeze. You know, he's using little code words, and it's working. The time stone is reacting to
He
him.
is the time stone, apparently.
But we have somebody on Earth that is trying to come and get these
Well,
stones.
we have someone come to Earth.
We have
trying to
somebody,
get it, yeah.
Warbringer,
Yeah, Warbringer, the Chitauri, like warlord.
like last of his kind.
Yeah,
he's
like
trying to use the stone to bring back his people, bring back his race.
Yeah, he wants to like bring back the Chitauri to like prominence and power, I guess. And he's like the last one left, the Warbringer. When he first showed up, for a moment I thought it was called Obsidian. I was like, well, I guess he just doesn't care about Thanos' head anymore. He's like, well, I'm on Earth now.
I want a
like,
time stone.
All right, Cole, let's calm down. Or well, Black Dwarf from the comic series. That's what I thought it was at first. I was like, all right, let's chill out. But no, it's Warbringer. Someone I'm not like ultra familiar with. Once they said his name and it kept going, I was like, oh yeah, that is familiar. But yeah, so Warbringer's here to try to find Hector, who is a freaking Infinity Stone himself.
And he doesn't even know it. He thinks a meteorite just gave him the power.
Yeah.
That's what he says.
Wolverine and Loki are trying to find him on Loki's spaceship.
Awesome.
Or spaceboat, I think
I was
is what
about to
Wolverine
say,
called
dude,
it.
it's a
Spaceboat.
Viking ship that can fly.
It's freaking awesome. That's invisible too.
Yeah. Oh, it was. I
Yeah, it was
yeah.
invisible for a while until they get on to get Hector.
Until they get on
Hector's
Hector.
like, what?
Reaches down and grabs.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they did that because at first when he's grabbing him, I'm like, well, how he's been using his power, I feel like he would immediately have stopped time right then.
You can't touch me.
But as soon as they got on the boat, he was like, freeze. And of course, Wolverine was using that thing that Phoenix Force Wolverine gave him that apparently nullifies the time stone.
Yeah, it won't let time be stopped around
They
it.
didn't really specify what's in there.
Yeah.
They just said, use this. It'll be used for battling.
Just a very convenient plot device.
Yep.
Very convenient.
And he's like, that ain't gonna work on me, bub.
He's like, I got this thing.
Chug.
And
bub,
he's like,
bub.
well, where to help you? And he's like, what about the other one? Like, what other one? And then in the background, Warbird's jumping through the air to land on it.
Warbringer's just like,
The
boom.
Warbringer just lands right on top of him.
You know, he has a nice little bout with Wolverine, and Wolverine actually jumps up and stabs him in the back. He's like, finally, a Earthling worth killing.
Yeah, and then he just throws him.
Yeah, throws him
3
away.
million miles away. Yeah.
He's coming for Hector. Obviously, wants the stone. Gives you that whole spiel about reviving his race. And
then once Wolverine's out of the picture, Loki's like, all right, well, you know what? Let's just go ahead and.
Well, that was before. We're jumping a little bit.
Oh, are we? Okay, well, calm down.
I know. I just wanted, sent that gave us a little vibe of like, whoa, that Warbringer's legit.
Yeah, he is.
Well,
pretty
Wolverine,
good.
they fight,
He's
and he just says, snap.
Oh, dude, yeah. And he's like,
I think he broke his spine because he said something about his disc. He said
he's
his
like,
disc.
Wolverine's like, my
break,
bones don't break. They're indestructible metal. And he's like, well, what about these
disc on your
these
spine?
fleshy discs in your back? And he's like, huh? Crack. Breaks Wolverine's freaking back and leaves him in a crumple on the floor. It can take a little while for the healing factor to get that one up.
Yeah, and Loki was just like, oh, you can take it, whatever.
And then Loki's like, actually,
and then Warbringer's just like, let me just rip through the chest.
Rips through Hector and pulls the stone out.
Woo!
It's like, okay.
Which I really like that for Warbringer. They kept, and this could be, before we get into it, this
For Black
could
Dwarf?
be, what?
Black Dwarf,
What do you mean?
Cold Obsidian, Warbringer.
When he snaps Wolverine, the whole page goes red.
Yeah, dude, that was so
when
dope.
he grabs the time stone, the whole page goes red.
Yep.
And you're like, oh, snap. And he
It's actually the
teleports.
reality stone. That's what they're telling us.
Something like that. Well, he teleports back up into his ship and he leaves.
he can
Loki's
do
like,
that.
well, this how many times do I have to save Earth? It was an illusion. Was that Loki's powers that was showing the red, or was that just to emphasize the scene? It could have been nothing.
I think that to emphasize the scene, I think he actually broke Wolverine's back.
What? And what?
Yeah. Wolverine just comes back from the dead, gets his back broken. First person he meets. It's like,
He's like,
dude,
bub.
you have the worse luck. He's like, go ahead and just give me the Phoenix Force now. This is getting old.
Yeah, I'm getting tired of this. I want to be able to compete with anybody.
I just want to go drink beer with King Thor at the end of time.
Yep. Once again, the trickster's up to his dastardly deeds.
Dude, I love Loki, man. I cannot wait
Always
to see
will.
what he is really doing in all of this.
Even if his ploys become tiresome and stuff like that, I still like the character that is Loki.
Yeah, he's entertaining.
He's clever.
Yeah,
It's
very
hard
clever.
not to like a clever character. So
He's
they
a-
can write him
he's a freaking
any way.
genius,
You know what I mean?
dude.
He can go hero, he can go villain. Yes, it's cliche. It's beat out sometimes.
He's got his little hero thing going on right now, which it still reminds me of Infinity War, where he was hero-ish in that series as well, even though he was still working to his own ulterior motive. He just wanted to get to the God Quarry and see what happens.
Yep.
But now, this Loki knows. He's been there, so what the hell is his point? What is he doing right now?
What is his
Yeah, what is he doing? What is his ultimate nefarious plot that is going on? Because he's not just good.
Yeah.
He's in
There's
it for
something
himself.
up.
There's
There's
something he's
something
doing. I want to know what's going on.
But he saved the day, And Hector's just thoroughly confused. He's like, you're not going to take me back to jail, are you? And it was like, no, we can't protect you there.
I think Loki's going to gather all the stones and resurrect Thanos. He's the only one that can stop the end of time.
That would be nuts.
That'd
That
be dope.
would be.
if
Man, I'd be
Guardians led
so
into
mad
this.
at Loki if he
Guardians
brought back
leads into
Thanos.
that.
God.
Bring back Thanos.
Because they even mentioned Phoenix Force Wolverine said that Loki killed Thanos in his thing.
Yeah. And
That was like,
in his
what?
version, Loki murders Thanos. Like, okay, Loki in that one becomes Requiem. Like, Requiem apparently is always the thing that happens.
Okay.
It's always a character.
But it's just a different
But in
person depending on
Loki's-
the timeline.
In the original way that it happened, Loki became Requiem, murdered Thanos, and got all the stones.
Man,
and then
that'd have been so cool.
in the Prime Earth timeline that we see, it's Gamora that does it all.
I really do like the Gamora, but
I love it, dude.
I'd like to see a
Loki was cool.
Loki
Like, that
timeline.
would have been a nuts twist if that's what they went with. Like, this
Yeah.
Requiem person is Loki. Like, why would he even need to disguise himself and become someone else?
Yeah,
That'd be
'cause
weird.
it's easy.
But it's Loki.
Yep, it's Loki,
But
whatever.
I love that it was Gamora, the freaking daughter of Thanos.
Overall, Infinity Watch is okay.
It's got some interesting beats in it.
Yeah.
I'm interested in what's going on with Loki. I'm interested just overall where it is going. But like
The dialogue's kind of
actual content of the first two issues is like, man, this is not that good.
Yeah.
If it was not already established as a 5-issue mini, I probably would just stop. I wouldn't continue reading it.
So it is
Yeah,
established
it's
as a
established
5-issue
only
mini?
5-issue mini.
Okay.
So like, I can do 3 more. Hopefully it gets better. Like Hector's an annoying, stupid character. Warbringer was an odd choice for the
For,
first
like, the first
for
villain
this.
that we got,
Very
yeah.
underwhelming,
Yeah.
especially for like a Wolverine Loki story.
I mean,
like I don't know.
Best spot was obviously King Thor and Phoenix
Yeah,
Wolverine
just
drinking
beer at
brew,
the end of time.
talking about Flowers encyclopedia
Flowers
being
and-
able to,
yeah.
stuff
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
how they know. They're like, oh, I wonder if it's gonna happen. Oh, well, that'll tell us. It'll update.
Yeah, it updates.
We'll just chill. We'll just wait.
We'll just wait.
We'll just wait.
Yeah, it seems like they're figuring things out.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some trees over here growing. That's new.
I'm intrigued, but I don't think it's amazing.
Yep.
I do know.
It's
however,
no Guardians.
Absolutely not. No. If you're huge into Marvel like we are, this is going to be, unfortunately, an important series to read for the rest of the year because this is going to lead into, I believe in September they said, 2 new crossovers that are X-Men crossovers. Two new X-Men crossovers, which are also going to lead into a huge event in December. So, like, the Infinity Wars crossover leads into the Guardians of the Galaxy, which leads into Infinity Watch, which somehow is going to lead into 2 X-Men things, and it's going to lead into a big event in December. Now, I'm not saying that all these stories are going to immediately interconnect like they have been already. I don't know how the X-Men is going to tie in, but, like, I read a press release thing from Marvel that said all of this stuff is building towards this huge event in December. And also the War of the Realms. We're getting that too after Infinity Watch.
And that's
we're getting War of the
also
Realms
a
and
tie-in.
also a tie. All this is building up to some huge event in December. So it's all kind of required reading to stay in line for the event.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that stuff.
I am.
The whole year's mapped out till December. It's like, okay,
I am liking
let's
it.
go.
Let's go.
And I'm assuming all this stuff will be like 5-issue minis with like a bunch of tie-ins, like they usually are.
With probably like a sprinkled in 12-issue thing, I'm sure.
Yeah, something like that.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully something.
I really hope Guardians doesn't end after 6, but
Me too.
so far, really good.
Dude, it's amazing.
Yep.
I love it so far. Donnie Cates is a G. Oh, and Donnie Cates has got that freaking Silver Surfer series coming up soon, so this probably is only 6 issues. He's going to move on to Surfer.
I am excited for that, just because Donnie Cates
I'm excited because
involved,
Donnie Cates is in it, and it's what they say it was Black Silver Surfer, so Silver Surfer Black is what it's
Yep,
called or something.
Silver
I was like,
Surfer Black.
okay,
Yeah.
it's Donnie Cates, and
the-
it's basing the Silver Surfer off the one in the Guardians that got sucked into the
That sucked.
the
Okay,
pit
good.
of
That's
in the
good.
reality or
So
whatever.
we-
It's like, okay,
We'll get his view on that
Mhm.
after that scene. That's why in Guardians, once again, is it's really important.
Dude, it's very important right now.
Obviously, I don't know if it doesn't compare to that of the Infinity War, given how its implications of what it had for the
right.
world.
But it's a direct
But
sequel
Guardians
to
is
Infinity War.
definitely
So
it's peak stuff dealing with what Eros and all that stuff's going on.
I'm like,
Check them both out. Tell us what you think. Is there anything that you maybe think we should have covered a little more? I thought we did a pretty good job.
we were pretty decent. I probably could have talked a lot more about King Thor and Wolverine at the end of time, but whatever.
Probably, but we don't want to talk too much about Thor because Steven likes Thor.
Yeah, and
Even though
Steven's
I like
trash.
Thor, but we hate Steven.
Yeah, I like Thor too, but I hate Steven.
God, it feels so good working with you again,
Yeah,
man.
I know, it's
Last
great.
week and the past couple weeks, you've just been rough,
Yeah.
man.
It's about to get a lot more.
I know
rough for you.
I know you're big and fat, but Steven's just like skinny and stupid,
Wow.
and I
Yeah,
just
I've been
can't do
hearing
it,
y'all's
guys.
jokes, too.
I
I've
can't
been
do it.
hearing-
I'm fat, skinny, stupid, and smart, so I don't know what's going on, guys.
Yeah, you definitely got the fat and skinny part down. But anyways, yeah, thanks for tuning in. However you're listening to us and or watching us, we appreciate it. Let us know what you think of the series right now. Are you reading them? Does this make you want to check them out? If you are a comic book fan, you're not reading Guardians, I don't know what you're doing, honestly.
Dude,
it's one of the best things out right now. It might be the best Marvel book going right now.
Oh,
As
yeah.
far as like an event kind of book, like my favorite's Mr. and Mrs. X, but this book is probably better.
I could
As a
use a little
book.
more Moondragon and Phyla, but
yeah.
no.
Mhm. I could use a little more mini Groots, but whatever.
Give me
whatever.
some. I am Stab.
But yeah, thanks for tuning in. You're fat. Josh is fat. I'm skinny.
Woo!
I'm fat.
Oh.